In recent months, prosecutors across the country have ripped open the doors of the Catholic Church. KXAN Investigator Jody Barr discovered some of those state investigations revealed evidence that even the Vatican knew of the abuse.
Yes, Robert, but they failed to do anything about it. Pennsylvania's Attorney General charged 2 priests after a 2-year criminal investigation into that state's dioceses. That investigation ended last July. The question now, could this happen in Texas? Father David Polson is one of 2 Pennsylvania priests arrested, charged, and convicted of weaponizing faith to molest children. Polson and Father John Sweeney are the first priests charged in what's now known as the most in-depth priest sex abuse criminal investigation so far. Pennsylvania's Attorney General assembled a statewide grand jury to investigate 6 of the state's 8 Catholic dioceses. Last year, the grand jury report revealed 301 predator priests in those 6 dioceses. The Philadelphia and Altoona-Johnstown dioceses were investigated by prior grand juries. All told, since 2011, Pennsylvania grand juries identified 372 Catholic clergy members as sexual abusers there, and it was all kept secret until the search warrants landed on church steps.
Sends another very clear message here in Jefferson County and all across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and indeed I believe people across this country are listening, that the era of institutional cover-ups has ended.
Despite what Pennsylvania's AG exposed there, Texas has no plans to do the same. Texas's top law enforcer is leaving it to district attorneys and to the state's 15 dioceses to handle sex abuse allegations themselves.
We listened to victims, and one of the things that they articulated was an experience and a frustration of not having been heard and not having been believed.
In 2007, the Fort Worth Diocese released a list of clergy with what it called credible allegations. It's the only Texas Catholic diocese to do that. The list included 17 names with allegations dating back to 1969. 11 of those clergy members are dead. Only 2 of those named were convicted and sent to prison. The first was Father Thomas Texar, who was a priest at 5 separate Fort Worth area parishes. He was convicted of molesting an 11-year-old boy. Texar died in a Texas prison in 2015. In October, a judge handed down a 5-year prison sentence to the deacon of this Wichita Falls Catholic Church. Russell William Detweiler pleaded no contest to aggravated sexual assault of an 8-year-old girl. Now, Dallas law enforcement is hunting for another priest, Father Edmundo Paredes. He's accused of molesting 3 boys in the Fort Worth Diocese while ministering to a parish and a school.
When there is a wolf in sheep's clothing, that is startling enough. But when there is a wolf in shepherd's clothing, that is horrendous. And so therein lies our grave concern.
Paredes, the diocese says, is now on the run. Still, we've received no indication from Texas of plans to do anything like what was done in Pennsylvania. KXAN Political Reporter Phil Prazen has more from the state capitol. Phil?
We took your concerns to the Texas Attorney General. His office spokesman, Mark Rylander, sat down with me to explain why they're not investigating these allegations just yet.
But every state is set up different. Every state has different statutes. Some states have the ability to go in to an issue where there's reports like these and blow the whole thing up and prosecute and take down. In Texas, the law is set up differently.
Rylander says state law doesn't give the Attorney General primary jurisdiction over these cases. Primary jurisdiction is the ability to investigate a local matter alone. Investigating and prosecuting allegations against priests must begin with local police and district attorneys, he says. They must ask the AG to step in to lead or to help on a local crime.
We have to rely on local district attorneys from the 254 counties in our state to either refer the case to us or to ask for our assistance as they investigate and prosecute these cases.
The law is different in Pennsylvania. There, the General Assembly gave its Attorney General the power to convene a grand jury for organized crime cases and for public corruption cases if the crime involved more than one county. Now, I've reached out to multiple Central Texas lawmakers to see if they want our Attorney General to have the same power, and I have not yet heard back. At the Capitol, Phil Prazen, KXAN News.